Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to bring you an update on my latest MOC. It's called Lego TV Tower. It's a modular building. If you can't tell from this angle, it's triangular in shape. Be so much easier if I had a turntable, but triangular in shape. It's 7 stories tall, and it's got another probably 3 or 4 stories worth of an antenna on the rooftop. This rooftop was designed to be an observation deck for tourists to come look out upon the city. Over here you see the marquee signs on both sides of the tower. This represents a TV screen. I just need to get a big sticker to be printed and throw it up there. Down here on the ground level, we have the logo board, which is usually out front of different buildings. We have a revolving door. I went with a revolving door instead of sliding doors or opening doors, just to keep the triangular shape better. Originally, this whole front was all just flat, and it did not look triangular enough for me. So I ended up putting these round balconies out front, and to carry that motif down, I went with the revolving door on the front. Over here we just have a little water display. It's supposed to represent running water recirculating back and forth. That's all I could do in this small little space here. On the side, you'll see these tiles running up. The side of the building. I just put them in because the building was just too flat. When you looked at it from a distance, you didn't get any textures. So just by putting this little detail in, it gave it a lot more texture from further away. On the balcony, there are these little just scorpions, just to give it more detail. I was torn on what to put there. I don't really know, but the scorpions seem to fit somewhat. So let's take a look at the roof first. This little room, it's hard to see in there. A bunch of control panels and switches to do maintenance work on the massive antenna and satellite dishes up top. We have 3 satellite dishes. To access the roof, there's elevator access. This little room here right now has nothing in it. It's supposed to be a maintenance shed. It's got the ladder that would clip onto there for when someone needs to come up and do maintenance. But it's stored away because this is supposed to be an active observatory level for the minifigs of the city. So we don't want them to just start climbing the antenna. So this building is held together using a tongue and groove technique. There are no studs holding each of the floors together. That's why it's so easy to just put on and off the entire building in one go. We can take a look at each of these floors individually. Let's just start with the lobby. So here's the main lobby. Really simple. A computer there to either check in or buy your tickets for the observation deck. There's the corporate logo again. I really think that I want to put something above the door here, but I'm not sure what I should put up there. If you have any ideas, let me know. Originally I was gonna hang some banners down the side. That's why those clips are there. Um, I don't think I need to anymore, but I haven't taken out the clips. Maybe I'll leave them. Maybe I'll take them off. Don't know. Um, the building has a set of elevator banks that go up the entire back of the building. I don't know if you can see it from these angles, but this black section is supposed to represent elevator banks and the elevator shaft that just goes straight up. All the floors have the same 3x8 structure going all the way straight up. Some of the other things to note about the lobby are the extra large windows. We went with the 4x6 panels, and then two of the smaller 2x2 windows up top. The front here, since there's a whole stud difference on the sides to hold up the walls, and since we're in the lobby and there's the door, the revolving door just goes flush against the sidewalk, we ended up using 2x3s above the door. This floor here is the editing bay. I don't really like the way it turned out, so I'm going to be changing this up a bunch. These two white panels are supposed to represent big editing screens. I'll have to get some stickers or something to put on there. And then there's a whole bunch of panels and switches to control the editing. I kind of like it, I kind of don't like it. I like the concept, but I don't like the way this was executed, so I'll be changing it up a bunch. Back here we have the 3x8 elevator bank that I was talking about, carrying upwards. Okay, we'll cut to the next floor. This floor is the green screen room. This is probably my favorite room, even though it's such a simple build. It's the green screen to do weather, I don't know what other green screens that they would need to do, but it's the green screen room. Here we have a little control room where you can see the original green fish film and then it being edited to a different background. I'll get stickers eventually made to put on those two tiles. Outside the room we have these red and green lights to indicate whether something's being filmed or not, whether you can enter the room or not. And then the same elevator banks carrying forward. On every single floor I have this open corner. I'm not sure what I'll put there. Maybe a piece of artwork on each floor, different piece of artwork on each floor. I'm not sure. Seems like a lot of wasted space, but I don't know what would be small enough to go in this little space. The control room also has a little window that looks out onto the green screen area. It's kind of blocked by the screens from the other angle, but if they wanted to, they could just lower the monitors down without breaking it, but lower the monitor down and look through. I'll have to fix that in a second. This is the other problem with it. This is why I don't like these scorpions. They just fall off at the slightest touch. So I'm probably gonna take them off and put something else in their place. This floor is a talk show room. It's set up right now for the Andrea show. But it's got a desk for the host, a couch for her guests, two cameras, one aimed at the host, one aimed at the guests, bunch of lighting and microphones. And we have the same red and green lights out front, same elevator bank. Yeah. This floor has the main news desk. Right now it's Heartland News. Oh no, Heart Lake News. It's the Friends News Network, I guess. It's got your standard anchors desk with 2 chairs for your anchors, 2 different cameras angles. Yeah, the shape of these floors being triangular makes it really hard to get a lot of detail in here. But it's a newsroom, so there wouldn't be much anyway except the background and then the 2 desks. That's why each floor has a different room. And normally you wouldn't have your green screen room in a separate, totally different floor, but that's what we're stuck with in this building. The outside has the same green and red lights to represent whether you're filming or not. The last story of the building is blank right now. I don't know what other type of rooms would go in a TV station. So I'll probably just put together like another talk show floor, because TV stations don't film their TV shows, so I don't know. If you have any ideas, leave a comment below and let me know what you think I should put on this floor. So overall, this was a fun build for me. It used a lot of different building techniques that I hadn't done before. Building on the angles. Trying to hold. It's so difficult to hold together a floor with just hinges. Hinges are not the strongest piece when you try to stack brick on top of it, and yeah. So that was the only like real problematic build part. That initial build of the hinges and holding all the plates together. Once you snap all the pieces together, it's sturdy, but getting everything lined up the first time around to snap the pieces together, it was a bit tricky. Getting the angles to line up on the ground floor to get my tiling right for what's concrete on the outside and red tiling on the inside. That was a bit tricky. Just because it's so hard to understand I don't know, for me it was hard to visualize where the angles would be without actually building it first, and then seeing what showed and what didn't, and then pulling everything off and putting everything back in. So it was painful to rip up the tiling and put it back on just to see where everything lined up to get the clean finish. Oops. Here's the building next to some modulars for scale. Gotta go back. So it's like the building itself is twice as tall as the Pets modular building, and then the antenna itself is probably as tall as the antenna itself is taller than the modular building. So that just gives you a scale of how tall this building actually is. Here's a close-up of the marquee sign. It's all brick built, or tile built. I'm not sure about the O. I don't know if I should actually fill in those pegs. I think if I fill in those pegs it looks too blocky, but like this it looks like a 0. So I'm torn, but we'll go with this for now. These marquee signs are an odd size. They're 5 studs tall, and no idea how far across, but it's 5 studs tall. So in order to actually make them, if they're a composite of 4 wide plates and 1 wide plate, then it just sticks onto the side of the building. The antenna, I don't know. It seems short to me. Like it should be taller, but I only had 5 of these, and I wasn't gonna order them from Bricklink, but I used what I had. Oh, one additional thing to note is the revolving door right now is in trans light blue. I have to order the trans clear pieces just so that it's clear windows like the rest of the building. I just didn't have any trans clear of these round corner panels, but hopefully I'll order, or I'll get that in the mail. I think I already placed the order for it. If not, I'll have to order it soon, just to tie in with the rest of the building. There's this little TV mosaic here. I don't particularly love it, but I didn't know what else to put there. I was thinking of putting a number to say that's the TV station number. But if you have any ideas, leave a comment below. Yeah, just looking for some feedback, some ideas, what to change, what not to do. Any ideas on what to do with these scorpions? I like the way that they clip, but they're just so weak. It's just so weak that it doesn't stay on. It falls off at the slightest touch. Yeah, I don't know.
If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We release 3 to 4 videos a week covering set reviews, how-to videos, landscapes, and much more. You could also find us on Twitter at RPIBricked. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below or message me on Twitter. Thanks. Bye.